Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this sort of sweets candy design page from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. We've got these mushrooms here to do. I just seem to remember I said this one looked a bit like a watermelon. What I'm going to try and do is colour it so that it doesn't look like a watermelon on a stick. You absolutely could do black circles, pink with green here if you wanted, but I'm going to try and avoid that and do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to start with the hydrangea and do these sort of bluey purple circles to look like they're sort of, because we've got a sort of candy theme, and make them look like candies. So I'm going to go a bit darker around the edge of them. This is quite an intense colour, so you can do that, and then a bit lighter in the middle, just less layers, so they look like they're spherical candies. It's a bit more tricky on this one, but I'm going to treat that as if it's the edge and do the same thing like that. There we go. I hope you're all good today, and I've had a good morning. It's just the early afternoon now. I met a friend for coffee and we had a nice catch up. We haven't seen each other since May, so it's quite a long time. But we usually bump into each other, but actually she's been quite poorly, so I gather we don't tend to keep in touch at all online or anything. She doesn't really do she does phone so that she can keep in touch with her children and things, but we don't really do that. You know, she doesn't do Messenger, she hasn't got the internet, that sort of thing. So we only keep in touch if we see each other. So we haven't seen each other for a long time. As I say, she's been poorly, so she's not been out and about. And actually, to be fair, I haven't been out and about as much as perhaps I should have been. So we've probably just not happened to bump into each other. Here is the Tickle Pink, and I'm going to use it for this one here. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing in there yet, so I'm using this one, but I'm going to go darker on the edge and then fade it down towards the middle. I think that will help to emphasize the shape of this mushroom. I'm going to start over here and do this side as well. So you just layer up and then do less layers as you come round here. Yes, it's lovely to have a catch up and a natter, you know. So we were doing that, and actually another friend asked me to meet up, so it gets busy this time of year, but it is rather nice that people sort of think about it. I was actually going to try get in touch with someone else to meet up with them too, but this is jellybean, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna manage to fit it all in. It's okay. I think sometimes you just sort of, I'm going to try and fade this one towards the middle a bit as well, so it ties up with that. I think sometimes you just sort of think about seeing people because it's Christmas, but it doesn't, you don't have to do it, things like this at Christmas time, you know. We were actually talking to father-in-law yesterday about Christmas. We need to tie him down to a date to see him. He's actually him and his partner are having Christmas on their own, just the two of them, which they were rather looking forward to apparently. I think he finds it a little bit difficult. He doesn't want to be a burden on anyone. He also, you know, it means he can do it his way. Sometimes it's nice to have the day your way, do you know what I mean? This is camelia. I'm going to use this for this little dribbly bit. I don't know what that is, but I'm just going to colour it in. And they usually have her daughter with them, and they're going to Spain, I think, so it's going to be, it will be two of them, and as he said he's looking forward to it, so I'm very pleased. So, but we need to try and this is pearl for the stem. Now for the stem I want it darker on the edges than the middle, so I'm going to start layering up on the sides, so just go back and forth a few times, adding multiple layers of colour, and then as you go towards the middle you do less, and then by the time you do the same from the other side usually. It's a bit lighter in the middle and helps to give a little bit of shape. So you can see, even though we've got a pastel colour, we can still produce some effects even without using our dark grey, which we've been using on some of the other pictures. I'm going to have a change from mushrooms, and I'm going to do these grassy bits. I'm thinking a sort of nice, I'm going to go for the green flower. Oops. This is a colour that I would happily eat something if it was this colour. Some of these colours on here are a little bit grey green or yellowy green, and they're not quite the colour that I would associate with candies. So I just thought we would do, oh, this is wobbling. See if I can do it from the other side. This is a candy colour, I think, more so. But yes, I'm going. We've having spoken to him before about it, he said he was going to be busy, so so we made our own arrangements anyway. So it's all good. Everyone's going to be happy, I hope. Although I'm a little bit, I don't know why that's sharpened in such a weird way. I'm wondering if my pencil sharpener is just full of sharpenings. Two of the people invited to my mum's on Christmas Day don't get on, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but they're nothing to do with me, so I'm just going to leave it, and there's time for people's opinions to change. This is Angelica, so we'll see. We'll just see what happens. I'm hoping it will all be fine, but it's a tricky one. It's a very tricky one. It's all a bit. It's to do with my sister's family, and she's a bit cross with them, really. That they're behaving in such a way. She's like, why are they so immature? They're in their 20s, some of them. This is amaryllis. We're going to do a pinky stripy stem on this one. Again, like this one, you want more layers on the edge than the middle if you want it to look more rounded, like this one. She's like, why are they so immature? I was like, well, actually, yeah, I have known people be like that at that age. You know, sort of talking about people behind their back, not making an effort to get on, and you know, things like that. And I'm like, yeah, happens. This is carnation. Yeah, it happens even in adults, you know. So it's just families, isn't it? Sometimes it can be a bit. I'm fortunate because although me and my sister have had our fallings out, we always make it up, and we always know we're going to. This is blushing rose, you know. It's I think it's, if you're very similar in personality, it can create problems. Because I know someone who is the nicest of people, absolutely lovely, does everything that she can for everybody to help them, is always kind and lovely, and yet she doesn't get on with her sibling particularly well. Her sibling, I feel, is very different to her, and so that is the problem, whereas sometimes being too alike can be a problem. But it's yeah, but and her husband doesn't either get on with him, or hasn't got a lot of patience for him, which she sort of has, but it's complicated and tricky, you know. I'm going to try this peach cream. But yeah, as I say, families are interesting. They say, you know, you choose your friends and not your family. It's very true. You know, we know who we get on with and who we don't. And when it comes to friends, we can pick and choose. But when it comes to family, you can't. And it can be. And I think the fact that people can be very similar. You know, say if let's say there's jealousy in a family, it's often something that everybody feels. And then it can make for quite a nasty thing going on, you know. Right, I'm grabbing my Cool Grey Deep and I'm going to put a little bit of darker colour under these, and hopefully it will give them even more of a three-dimensional look. Maybe not. Got two chances. But yeah, I can see, you know, so either from observing and personal experience, you can see why people don't always get on with each other. And you know, I think in some ways it's obvious that not everyone's going to get on with everyone else because we're just not like each other, you know. But or we're too similar in the sense that if you're I'm going to do a little bit of this along the edge of here, just the smallest amount, and here, because it doesn't quite look dark enough for my liking. And then under here, there we go. Now again, I've got gold and silver. I think I'm going to do this one in gold and this one in silver and this in silver. So when I say silver, I mean silver glitter, but you can use a metallic pen, you can use a plain glitter that's got no gel, or you can just not do this step at all if you don't have the pens or you don't like it. It might be, I know there are people who really don't like glitter. I didn't used to like it at all, really, because it's so messy, you know, but glitter pen is not as messy as real glitter, and it's fun and pretty, so I've sort of come to, it's grown on me, shall we say, and I do use it probably more in December than any other month of the year, but I do, and I find it can add a nice quality to a picture, something that you can't get with anything else really. But it can be quite hard to see on camera or in a photograph. You have to have it moving really to catch the light and have the light at the right angle. It's quite tricky. But anyways, there we go. And as I say, I'm going to do the other one in gold because it's got a yellowy sort of hint going on. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's got a yellowy base colour in it. I think the gold will work better. It's a warmer thing going on. I can hear someone typing really fast. I'm sort of hoping it's my son writing his essay, but I suspect he's just chattering with someone. Might be my husband, to be honest, who's doing his tax return. That doesn't normally take lots of typing. Don't need to type an essay. Just have to fill in a few boxes. Right, that is me finished with that one. I'll just turn it a bit. You can see the glitter, maybe. Maybe not. Oh well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I don't know if that was really short or if I stopped the video part the way through. Maybe it was really short. Oh well, there aren't many elements, are there? It's not so complicated as some of them. But there we go. But I'm happy with it anyway. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have a really lovely day. And happy colouring.